Hello YouTube and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Before I get into today's deck, I just want to remind you when we hit 500 subscribers, we are going to be doing something really special. Check down in the description to find out exactly what I'm talking about. So please smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you already have, please share this on social media. Our Twitter link is down there as well if you want to check that out. Give this video a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and or leave us a comment down below. So what do I have for you today? I was not going to actually share this deck with you since the very beginning of Strixhaven. We did a Winota deck, so I wasn't going to bring one back out. I didn't create this deck. I didn't modify this deck. What I did is I took this to Mythic within 48 hours, and I think you really need to know about this deck. If you want to get to Mythic too, I think this deck is amazing. Unfortunately, it does have 4 Mythic cards that you would have to spend wild cards on for Winotas if you don't have them, and they're going to be rotating out soon, so that's up to you to keep that in mind. But this deck is absolutely bonkers, does amazing things. It got me to Mythic super fast, and it kept progressing once it got there. So what exactly do we have going on? I normally lay these out for you differently than a lot of people. This is my removal package, my draw package, I'm going to leave it exactly how the game has it, because it's kind of exactly how you want to play the deck. So first we have 4 Selfless Saviors. Hopefully you get that turn 1. If you don't, it's still an amazing card, but that just starts to set up your Winota package. Then we have our 2 drops. We have 4 Clarion Spirits, we have 4 Professor of Symbologies, and 4 Rimrock Knights. Now, if you only have Rimrock Knight in your hand as a 2-drop, you throw it. You don't try to pump the Selfless Savior even if you threw it on turn 1. No, you're trying to get as many non-humans on the board by turn 4 as you can. So just keep that in mind. If you have Professor of Symbology and Clarion Spirit in your hand and you don't have a 3-drop, make sure you're throwing Professor of Symbology so that you can guarantee yourself a turn 3-drop, which we'll get into our lessons in just a moment. You know, little things like that. Just make sure you're paying attention to set your board up appropriately for an amazing Winota turn. So next is our 3 drops. We have 4 copies of Elite Spellbinder. Probably end up being the best card that came out of Strixhaven. I mean, this card is an absolute beast, and it just throws control decks off. Just really fits the 3-drop perfectly for a lot of aggressive decks out there. Then we have 4 Skyclave Apparitions, just to make sure anything that we can't handle gets handled, and 4 Bone Crusher Giants to get around all those pesky little things in the beginning, and then have a really nice 4/3 body that triggers Winota. Once again, I want to remind you, if you have Winota in your hand, and you have enough land to cast Winota on turn 4, throw Skyclave Apparition if there is nothing to target and it's the only 3-drop in your hand. Throw Bone Crusher even if you haven't stomped yet. Get it on the board. You might as well throw Elite Spellbinder either way. But if you have Elite Spellbinder in your hand, you only throw that on turn 3 over one of these if you think there's going to be an issue, as in you're playing against a control deck where you think they're going to Shadow's Verdict you, or they're going to Extinction Event you, or they're going to Shadow the Sky, Doomscry, any of that kind of stuff. Then you would throw that first. So once again, make sure you're setting up your board appropriately, even though you may have a Skyclave or Bone Crusher with an Elite Spellbinder. Winota for turn 4, you still might want to throw the Elite Spellbinder, even though you're not going to get a trigger off the Winota over one of these, so that you can protect yourself in the long run, and hopefully you already have one of these on the board. So it's all, you just got to really read the deck, because the deck looks like it's straightforward, and you might think, oh, you just throw down Winota or Blade Historian, you win. It's not like that. So you have to be making very smart decisions and paying attention to the board state at all times so that you know exactly what to throw at what time. So then we have 4 Winota Joiner of Forces, which is the build around for the deck. So we're going to have 4 copies, of course, no less. And then 4 copies of Blade Historian. So between Blade Historian and Elite Spellbinder, those are what really made Winota a powerhouse in Standard again, in my opinion. So Blade Historian is a super strong card, but without the backup of the Elite Spellbinder, maybe it's a little weaker and it just doesn't do the job as well. So then our land package is 11 plains, 7 mountains, 2 of the red-white snarls, 4 of the red-white pathways, and then let's get into those lesson cards. So all of these lesson cards are very important for different reasons at different times. So let's get into them. So first off, we have 1 Academic Probation. If you're getting close to a Sultai Ultimatum deck going off or something like that, you can grab this, put a stop in their upkeep, and then you can choose Sultai Ultimatum during their upkeep, and that way they can't cast it during their turn, get back to your turn, and go again. We have Environmental Science. If you only have 2 or 3 lands in your hand and you're trying to get to that Winota or that Blade Master, you want to make sure you grab that even though you might draw into more lands and it could be a little bit of a feel bad later, it's much more of a feel bad if you don't hit 4 lands. So that's one of the first ones I usually go for if I don't have like at least 3 lands showing at the moment. Then we have 1 Inkling Spirit, which has a 2/1 flyer and or a 3/2 spirit creature token, which are both 3 drops. I mentioned those at the same time because if you don't have one of your 3 drops and you throw Professor of Symbology, you're most likely going to want to, especially if you have the land in your hand, of course, you're going to want to grab either Inkling Summoning or Spirit Summoning, depending on their board state, which one you think is better for you, so that you guarantee yourself a turn 3 drop. So that's really, really neat interaction there with Professor of Symbology. We have 1 Expanded Anatomy. Later in the game, if you throw Professor of Symbology, you can actually win by putting these +1/+1 counters on an Elite Spellbinder. If you have Historian on the board, maybe they could block everything but a flyer. They're at 10 life. They thought they were going to live. You put the 2 +1/+1s on it, and now you hit them for 10 and you kill your opponent. Plus you have Vigilance, so maybe you are going to win in 2 turns, but you need a blocker as well. Super powerful card. We have 1 Introduction to Annihilation, just in case your opponent does something you just cannot get around. Even though they're going to draw a card, you're going to want to get this and go ahead and get rid of that problem and just win the game. And then lastly, if you happen to get flooded and then you get yourself the Professor, you're going to want to grab this Mascot of Exhibition, unless, of course, one of these are more important at that moment, but you're going to want to grab this and get yourself 3 tokens on the board that will all hopefully trigger Winota when you top deck it, because that's what your whole goal is, or you just win with just those 3 tokens. So the deck is super versatile. It can pull itself out of situations you don't think it could win in. It can win super fast and explosive. Your opponent will quit super fast at times. It can beat mono red. It can beat mono white. It can beat rogues. It can beat Yorion. It's an amazing deck. I highly suggest you play it. If you already own the Winotas, definitely craft anything else here. The Bone Crushers, maybe not, but everything else is going to stand the test of time pretty much, and it is a just absolute blast to play. So without further ado, why don't I go ahead and show you now exactly what I am talking about. Malagua. Let's do it. Yeah, we go first. 3 lands. Okay, our hand's looking good. Clarion Spirit, Professor, Skyclave, and a Winota. And we have double white for the Skyclave. A turn 1 would be nice, but you can't. That's great. You can't have it all. I'll be fine with not having a 1-drop if I hit another land by turn. Opponent mulligans down to... not sure. 5. Ouchie. Let's lead with the plains. Snarl. Okay. I don't think they needed to show it, but let's go ahead and get a mountain out. Let's go... Professor over Clarion Spirit, because I can't cast it this turn anyways, and I hate it, but just in case we don't get another land by the time I need it, I would like to have a way to get it. Croxa's coming out. Okay, so I think the Clarion Spirit has to go now. Sorry. Ugh. There's the other land. Okay, now we're in shape. I don't know what they can do here, but we're going for it. I'll throw out the Bone Crusher. Another land. Okay, they got themselves a mechanized. Oh, and it got. What did it get? It got flying. Okay, so let's throw out another land. Ooh. I think I just go Blade Historian this turn because it dies no matter what. There we go. Next turn with no, like, oh wow. I mean, they can't board wipe, right? If they do, boom, woof. Opponent. I don't even know what that might be. So, hello, opponent. We go first. 4 lands, 2 Clarion Spirits, and Winota. Not gonna mulligan. Not gonna love it. Not gonna lie. A lot of things I'm not gonna do there. Land. Selfless Savior. Flourishing Fox. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how I beat this. Cycling. At this point, yeah, I can't get rid of... If I had a Bone Crusher, I'd be fine. As soon as they double cycle, I'm in trouble. Let's see. Yep. I think they're going to swing for 3. Yep. No blocks. So let's throw another land. Throw another Clarion Spirit. All attack. Hope they don't throw a creature. They cycle 3 times and attack us for way too much life. And then we can get the Winota out and double trigger. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Go for blood. Okay. Well, I'll still get a trigger. I mean, they're going to want to attack. I'm assuming. Another Flourishing Fox. Good for them. Okay, down to 14. Clarion Spirit. We're going to definitely still go Winota. Attack. Let's get the Blade Historian. I should have gotten the other one, I'm sure. But I'm trying to get in there for that damage. Maybe they have one, but they can only pop it for... Oh, now they... Yeah, they don't have one. They're missing land. Yeah, this thing's going to kill a lot of stuff probably, but I still got to attack. The Winota, it's not going to kill. I mean, it will kill it, but it's going to die too. There we go. Even if it hits 7/7, it kills the Winota, or the Winota kills it. So that's interesting. Yeah, they're just going for it. They're just going for it. I mean, that's not a bad play. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wow. So, yeah. Didn't I just win the game? Uh, 8, 9, 10. Just... Okay, we'll take one of those and... Good game. Yeah. Good game. Sorcerer 235. Very impersonal. So they go first. We have 3 lands, a Selfless Savior, Elite Spellbinder, Rimrock Knight, and a Blade Historian. That's a keep. Especially against Yorion. They go blue. We'll start with the Snarl, showing them a Plains. Throw out the Selfless Savior. Let's see what they got. Oh, they're cycling and neutralize. I don't mind that. Let's go ahead and get this Rimrock Knight out. Swing in. Ooh, we top deck a Winota. Like, in the next turn or two. I have a Blade Historian, so we're fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and lead off with this. They know about that already. Elite Spellbinder on the board. So Ashiok, Agonizing, Valky. So they can, next turn they could take my Blade Historian. That's a problem. That, they can take my creature too. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. They're going to be able to do it either way. I don't want that. But they lose their Planeswalker that way. So let's go ahead and do the Agonizing Remorse. I mean, now they have to spend their whole turn. They still can do it next turn. Nothing else is really affecting us at the moment, unfortunately. So I think they're going to Agonizing or Valky. There we go. That's what I had a feeling. Unfortunately, it happens. Yeah. So, thought of Plains. Attack everything. Opponent takes it. Throw out the Professor of Symbology. Let's see. Going to exile a permanent next turn, which I can definitely do, or put some 1/1 counters on something. So they can't throw another creature. They can't bounce next turn. They can definitely get rid of whatever I grab right now if they wanted to. So let's... let's grab the... I mean, if I try to win next turn, Let's say they take that out of my hands and they block on the ground the 3. They'll take 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7, 8. They have to. So I'm going to go with that. Let's see. That could be the wrong play. And then the turn. Did they draw a land? No! We got him! We got him! Woo! James Bong. Not the Bond, but the Bong. Okay. So James Bong goes first. We have 2 lands and 2 Professor of Symbologies with the Skyclave Apparition, Elite Spellbinder, and a Winota. I'm going to keep that. Blue. Merfolk Windrobber. Okay, well, we know what we're playing. So this can be white. This can be red. Let's put the... Or, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Let's put that on red. Then we can go white, white, actually, for the Skyclave Apparition. If we get there, we're going to start getting milled. There's one down. Ooh, Winota is gone. Let's put you out on white. We have a turn 3 there. But we still want to get creatures on the board. So they have a flash creature. Let's go ahead and... We have a land here, so we may need another one. So just in case, should I grab that? Oh, I never know. Just in case. It could be a horrible decision that I just made if I draw another land, but sometimes you don't get it. You want to make sure you got it. You know. They scry to the top, attack for 1. Boom, mill. And they're holding up an Elite Spellbinder, I'm sure. Sorry, we have the Elite. They're holding up a Soaring Thought Thief. We have to go with another white source. I think I have to go with the Selfless Savior. Because that gives me 2, yeah, into Environmental Science. Into another red. And end the turn. See if they flash something in. I don't know if we'll get Winota off, but we're definitely going to try. Maybe next turn it's better to go Elite Spellbinder and see where we go from there. I mean, I don't remember seeing a pause for those. So maybe I just go for it. Wow. Okay, well, there's a Blade Historian. Let's go with the Elite Spellbinder. Okay, we got it. See their hand. So drown in the locks. So that can kill something, but I can protect it with the doggo. Brazen Borrower can't block, but they can bounce something. Lofted Deny. They have... I mean, we're... I don't like any of this. Lofty Denial, Brazen... Oh my goodness, I have no idea what to even get rid of here. Nighthawk Scavenger, I guess. Let's go ahead and... Let's just go ahead and get in. We're in a world of hurt. It's a human, so I'm gonna let that happen. Let's attack with everything. Can't block their flyers anyways. Pass the turn. They're gonna swing. Mill. Get bigger. We take 4. They have so much disruption. Oof. I think they're missing land drops though. So let's take our turn. Nice. So let's... By Skyclave Apparition, I'm trying to get around some of these counter spells. I get this, and then I can stomp this next turn. They'll probably counter it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Resolve. Get in for 3. Even the score. I mean, they're going to take us down to 10. They still have a bounce. They still have a removal. I know we're in trouble. Yep. Ooh. I mean, I don't mind the historian, just I don't know what we're gonna do here. James! Oh, James! Down to 36 cards. Take our turn. Another not land. Destroy target enchantment or creature. Let's see. What happens? Let's try it. Let's get in there with the Winota. Winota's on the board. Next, let's attack. They're gonna bounce Winota. Okay, so they get... And this is just indestructible, so we want to let that go. So we know that they can't stop our Winota. So maybe next turn I want to... Yeah, no, I think I still want a Winota. We'll sacrifice one creature, the Selfless Savior, to protect that because they're going to feed the Swarm. And then we get the trigger. Then we can Blade Historian. There's a 4th land for them. Let's see. I think we're close. I mean, they're going to hit us for 4. And then next turn, flash this in. That'd be 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the problem. So, yeah, so I can't. Okay, so we're down to 6. So we lose when they flash this in. Unless... So, yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that this turn. So, I have... Okay, well, there's land. So if I throw the Blade Historian, they just have... They can kill the Professor of Symbology. But they won't do that. Why would you when you can throw this and win next turn? And so I just have to swing them with both. Okay. End turn. Okay. Let's go ahead and Bone Crusher the Merfolk Wind Robber. They're going to sack it and draw a card. Cool. This comes in. I'm going to go ahead and kill that now. Pass. Oh, let's see. If I can get the Blade Historian to stick and attack with the Professor and pump it with the Rimrock, then I win next turn. But it's close. So I might as well just do that now to protect that. Okay. Cool. The hit is for 2. Let's see if they have any more removal. So let's throw that out. Let's throw out the... I think they have a counter spell. Blade Historian. Yeah, they have it. All attack, 1 attack. Okay, that's good. Let them block first. If they don't block, they don't block. They don't block. They don't block. They don't block. Woo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Winota Lesson Learned, and this deck is just on fire. I didn't build it as I told you in the beginning. I didn't tweak it. I took it out exactly how I saw it. I wasn't even going to show it to you, the world, but after just being on fire with this deck and just blazing into Mythic, I felt like our viewers needed to see this deck. So, I'm not changing a thing, run it exactly how it is. If you have tons and tons of wild cards to burn, definitely craft these Winotas. If you already have the Winotas, definitely build the deck. If you don't, these are going to rotate soon, and that's a lot of wild cards, Mythic wild cards to be burning. So, you know, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to do it, but I am telling you that within 48 hours, this absolutely smashed the current meta and it got into Mythic with ease. It was not even... It's just ridiculous how good the deck works. So if you like this deck or any other decks that we are putting out, please let us know by thumbs upping this video or thumbs down. Let us know if you don't like it. Leave us a comment letting us know exactly what you've been thinking about our channel, anything you'd like to see. Please smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Not only is it really help the channel out, but you might win some prizes. Check the description down below to find out exactly what I'm talking about. If you already are a subscriber, thank you very much, and please share this on a social media with us. Speaking of which, check down below to find out about our Twitter, our Discord, and all that fun stuff. Thank you to our Patreon, and as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.